Alright, Frymaster. I don't have a great understanding of even what's going on yet. We ask it to filter and remove this. She blows bubbles, so that means the pump works. That means you've got suction, yeah. So there's a difference. When we do this, you have one for each pot. When we do this, it's going to draw out of here, which right now is just air, right? And it's drawing pretty good on my pump, right? So it's really full of pressure. You know that because it's blowing bubbles. So this rod is supposed to send it into the wall, overhead, out, and then 30 feet away. And these pumps really aren't meant to do that. It is sucking, but it is not drawing here like it was. And in fact, now it's not drawing at all. Most of the time, what happens with these things is the oil hardens up in the overhead lines and then create a blockage, and then you're stuck. So they've got this primed up ready to go. They got a junk ton of Magnusol in there. That's a lot. Paper's good. Filter's underneath it. I mean the filter pan, so it doesn't just pinch shut. Yeah, so not an equipment problem, right? Filter pump is working fine. I think I'm gonna unhook this from the backside and see if it doesn't blow through. And then we may have to try and blow it out into the boss machine. It goes into a big tank. All right. So here we are. This is the output line of the fryer that then runs into this 3/4 inch iron pipe and runs up and away. So this should be a quick connect. So I'm going to unhook it here. I'm going to unhook it here first. Take it off from here and then see if I can't blow out the backside. And if I can, then we know from here to here is fine, and the problem is between here and the tank in the back. Alright, let's show you the science. So you got that opened up, and a lot of oil came gushing down. But you got 10 feet of vertical. So, let's get to the front of the fryer. What I've done was killed fryer 3, and I put oil in the pan, okay? And now, that's my discharge, so when I pull this, I get discharge. So, the filter system of the fryer works just fine, pumping strong. Pumping strong. So this is the proper way, right? So you turn that on, and now it's gonna bring the oil in from the bottom. So I'm gonna leave it like that. So 100% our problem is we got a blockage between that pipe and the top. I'm just working on a fryer. And it's funny, like I was just in the dining room. So I've done this. I'm leaving an oil trail in the parking lot from cooking oil. All right, so now they're telling me, the person who actually filters is telling me that even when they try to just filter, it trips the breaker. So we turn this off. I know it's smoking because the pot's still hot. We got the valve was open, so I dropped my oil in there, and now I'm pumping it back in. But I'm just gonna simulate a filtering. see if I can't get it to trip. The other thing I don't know is it all the time, or is it just, you know, they filter 1, they filter 2, and then it trips on 3 because the paper's clogged up. I'm gonna set a 5-minute timer, let this thing just go. Okay. So this is the union to the tank I'm sitting on top of right now. But first indication is when I crack this union, I got no oil coming out. And this runs up 5 feet into the ceiling. So there should have been some oil at least sitting here. I'm gonna adjust this so I can put a pan here. I don't want to pump water into this bin, but I'm gonna go get an adapter, so that on the other side I can hook up my hot water hose, and I'm literally just gonna run hot water in the other end, blast it out this side. Okay, so I've been getting all this stuff clear to flush this thing out. I've left this thing run for about 15 minutes, and it looks like the pump tripped. Let's see. Yeah, so the pump tripped on overload. So definitely, I did get somebody to tell me that they left this pump on overnight one day, and that's gonna melt your bearings down for sure. So she can handle it at first, but you know how fun these are. I did a video on replacing this thing. No worries. Thank you. Yeah, so now I can disconnect this. I've got it reset, and it just won't run. These bearings are burnt up in that motor. Oh, it's the worst having to drop this motor. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it today, so I can confirm. And then when the new one comes in, it's just slide in, drop it in, and go. All right, we have energized the hot water there. Fun, right? Just working through it. There it goes. Again, I'm running hot water, yep, because that pipe is, 40 feet long through this room, and then down. Just for seeing what we got, right? Took it off there, ran it out. So I'm just gonna let this thing flush. The water's finally getting hot. I'm just gonna let this thing flush for 10 minutes. But it doesn't change the fact that pump motor is struggling because this is partly clogged and because they left it turned on, so it just overheated and hurt its bearings.